Back in 2010, Ukrainian developer 4A Games impressed first-person shooter fans with something a little different. Set in the dark tunnels of Moscow's subway systems, Metro 2033 blended first-person shooter and survival horror to create an incredibly tense game. Now, it was lacking a little bit of polish, but those who could get past that enjoyed a unique experience in its post-apocalyptic world. 10 years, 2 sequels and 2 re-releases of sorts later, the polish is no longer an issue and the series is more accessible to new fans than ever. But now, for the first time, those first 2 games can be played portably, as 4A Games themselves have ported them to Nintendo Switch. As ever, you play the role of Artyom, a citizen of one of the many metro stations thrust into adventure through circumstances beyond his control. In the dystopian world, the guns are unreliable and the enemies are plentiful. Be it facing marauding humans or towering mutants, ammo must be conserved as it's in short supply in the tunnels of Metro. And even 10 years later, both 2033 and Last Light have some very unique mechanics that you just don't see in other series. The much more powerful military-grade bullets are so valuable that they work as the game's currency, so knowing when to be frugal with them is key. Going up to the surface requires you to wear a gas mask, and the filters must be manually changed to avoid breathing in the radioactive air of the outdoors areas. With all of the dangers that the savage world contains, you'll need to use all of your shooting, stealth and money management skills to survive the linear levels of the games. It's important to note that these Switch ports are the Redux versions, or redo, however you want to pronounce that word, of 2033 and Last Light that released on PS4 and Xbox One in 2014. This means that both games have a few selectable difficulty options for those who want more ammo or more challenge, as well as some visual, AI and quality of life improvements. And honestly, they've done an incredible job with the port of these games for the Switch. In both docked and handheld mode, the frames per second are locked at 30 with practically no dips in even the most hectic areas. You can tell the textures are not quite on par with the other versions of the games, but especially in handheld mode, it's just not something I regularly noticed. My only issue with the game in handheld mode though is how dark everything is. The tunnels of Moscow are hardly the most well lit places and that's intentional, but even cranking the system brightness to full it wasn't ideal to play in anywhere close to being well lit. The Metro games though brought me just as much tense enjoyment now as they did on release. Sneaking past armed guards while tucked up in bed on a quiet night is absolutely the best way to play these games, probably away from a PC. If you can get past the lighting issues, you'll find a lot of fresh mechanics to love in the tunnels of Moscow. This is a very impressive port of 2 games that still feel different 10 years later.
Shit, the light's out again. What the hell is up with it today? I need to take a look at it there while I try the switches here.
Thanks for watching this Switch report, which is like a mini review I guess of a game we've covered elsewhere, but we want to let you know what the Switch version's like because, like you, we love Nintendo Switch. Make sure you subscribe by hitting the big red box to make sure you never miss a video. You can also hit the bell, which, well, whatever notifications you have on your app, we can add to that and give you another reminder of a new video. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.